All right, everyone. Welcome back to the channel and oh my god. Okay. I need you to just stop whatever you are doing right now and give me your full attention. Because what came through for this collective today is absolutely unhinged in the best possible way. Like I was shuffling and the energy just started coming through so fast and so loud that I had to put the cards down for a second and just breathe because Spirit is not playing around with you guys today. Not even a little bit. So before we get into it, quick thing, because I say it every time and I mean it every single time, if you are not already subscribed to my channel, please click the link below this video right now. Hit subscribe, turn on your notifications, come be part of this community. Because I put so much love into these readings, and I genuinely want to make sure you never miss one. The link is right there below this video. Okay, now let us actually get into it, because I cannot hold this back any longer. The very first thing that hit me when I started tuning into this collective, and this is before I even pulled a single card, is this energy of someone being completely caught off guard by you. Like this person came into your orbit with one intention. They saw you. They were attracted to you. They thought they had the whole thing figured out in their head already. And then they actually started paying attention to you, like really paying attention, and everything they thought they knew just fell apart. Because you are not who people think you are when they first look at you. And that gap between what people assume and who you actually are, that is where your power lives. So let me get into the cards, because they are confirming everything and then some. The first card that came out is speaking directly to how this person initially came into your life or your awareness. This is someone who noticed you physically first. You are eye candy, and I say that with full respect because it is genuinely one of your gifts. You have this natural magnetism in the way you carry yourself, the way you look, the way you move through a space. People notice, they stop, they look, and this person was no different. They noticed you, and immediately they were interested. And they were confident about it too. Like they were not shy at the beginning. They were not nervous. They thought, okay, I see what I want. I know how to get what I want. This is going to be straightforward. They had themselves fully convinced. And then they kept watching. And everything changed. Because as they observed you more, as they actually started picking up on your personality, your intelligence, the way you handle things, the way you talk, the things you say, the way you carry yourself, beyond just the surface, they realize that you are on a completely different level than what they initially clocked. Your personality is genuinely sexier than your looks. And your looks are already doing a lot. But the brain, the wit, the depth, the way you can read a situation and a person with this almost uncomfortable accuracy, that is what got them. That is what flipped the switch from this person thinking they had a simple situation on their hands to suddenly feeling like they were dealing with someone they had never encountered before in their life. Drop a comment below type, caught them off guard if this is already resonating, because I have a feeling this collective knows exactly what I am talking about. You have done this to people before. You know the look. That moment when someone realizes you are not what they assumed. I want to hear from you guys in the comments. And then here is where it gets really interesting. As this person started catching feelings, and they did start catching feelings, quickly and deeply, whether they wanted to or not, they became nervous around you. And this is someone who does not get nervous. Like this is a charming, confident, attractive person who is used to getting what they want, used to being the one who makes other people nervous, used to walking into situations with the full belief that they are the most compelling thing in the room. And then you happened. And suddenly, they are the one second guessing themselves. Suddenly, they are the one rehearsing things in their head. Suddenly, they are the one who is attached and trying to hide it and doing a genuinely bad job of hiding it to anyone who is paying it. They are avoiding you a little bit right now. And I know that might feel confusing or frustrating, but hear me out, because this is actually a sign of how deep the feelings go. They are not avoiding you because they lost interest. They are avoiding you because they are overwhelmed by how much interest they have. Every time they are near you, something happens in them that they cannot control. And it scares because this is not how they operate. This is not familiar territory for them. And they would rather create a little distance than risk showing you how gone they already are before they feel ready. Something I also need to say here, and this is coming through really clearly, is that this person cannot stop thinking about you physically. Like they are genuinely hooked on your energy, your presence, the way you look, the way you move. You occupy their thoughts in a very consuming way, and they have accepted at this point that they are not going to be able to think their way out of it. The attraction is too strong. The feelings are too layered. And every day that passes without them doing something about it just makes it more intense. They are at the point where the wanting has become almost uncomfortable because they have nowhere to put it yet. And that pressure is going to be what eventually pushes them to step forward. They smirk when they think about you. Like genuinely, they will be in the middle of their day doing something completely unrelated, and a memory of you will surface, and this involuntary smile just takes over because they are backtracking moments they have witnessed involving you, and they are reinterpreting all of them now with this new understanding of who you are. And every time they do that, they realize even more deeply that they missed something, that they had someone extraordinary right in front of them, and they initially underestimated what they were looking at. And that realization keeps hitting them over and over again, and they cannot stop it. You are a mastermind to them. That is the word that keeps coming through for me. They see you as someone who is intelligent, witty, unpredictable, controversial in the most fascinating way, full of layers that keep revealing themselves the longer they pay attention. And the thing that gets them the most is that you know people misunderstand you. And you do not care. You do not go out of your way to correct anyone's perception. You do not explain yourself or defend yourself or try to manage what people think of you. You just keep being yourself, and you trust that in time, people will figure it out. And this person has figured it out, and it changed them. Now, here is something I want to add because it keeps pressing in, and I feel like it is actually one of the most important pieces of this reading for a lot of you. This person is inspired by you, not just attracted genuinely, deeply inspired. There is something about the way you live, the way you handle adversity, the things you have built or are building, your tenacity, your refusal to stay down when life knocks you that makes this person look at their own life differently. Like being aware of you has raised their own bar for themselves. You are making them want to be better without even trying to do that, without even knowing you are doing it. And that is the kind of influence that only comes from someone who is operating from a place of real authenticity. People can feel when something is genuine, and everything about you is genuine, and it hits people in places they did not even know were accessible. Something else that is coming through really strongly, and I want to address it clearly, you are divinely protected. I keep getting this image around you of this incredible layer of spiritual protection that is genuinely active in your life. Your angels are not passive. Your guides are not passive. There is something around you that watches and responds and intervenes when necessary. And I feel like some of you have had moments in your life where you narrowly avoided something, a situation, a person, a path that looked appealing, but would have been genuinely destructive. And you did not always understand at the time why things fell through or why something did not work. And now looking back, you can see it. That protection has been operating in your life longer than you realize. And it is connected to this incoming connection too. Because the reason this particular person is finding their way to you right now, the reason the timing is what it is not random. It is orchestrated. Your protection has been clearing the path of things that were not worthy of you, so that when this arrives, you have the space to actually receive it. Okay, let me talk about who this person actually is, because the cards gave me a very detailed profile, and I want to lay it all out for you. This is someone who is highly mature. And I do not just mean in age, I mean in how they think, how they carry themselves, how they approach things. They have a wisdom to them that comes from experience, from having been through things, from having made choices they regret and learning deeply from them. They are not someone who plays games or does things half-heartedly. When they are in something, they are in it. And when they decide something or someone is worth their investment, they go all in. They are also incredibly well off. Like financially, this is someone who has built something real. They are not struggling. They are not hustling paycheck to paycheck. They have a level of security and abundance that allows them to move through life without the constant weight of financial stress. And part of why they are so selective about who they allow into their life is because they have been taken advantage of before. There was someone in their past, possibly a relationship that got serious, where this person gave generously and that generosity was exploited. Someone used their financial stability as the primary reason for being with them, and when it became clear that was the dynamic, it left a mark. It made them pull back from the idea of letting people in at all. And so they have been single for a while. By choice, mostly, they had everything they needed on paper, the resources, the respect, the accomplishments, the lifestyle, but something was missing. The spark. The person who actually keeps them on their toes. The relationship that makes life feel like more than just a very comfortable routine. They were bored in the deepest possible way. Not materially, they had everything material. But emotionally, spiritually, in terms of genuine connection, they were running on empty. And then you came along. And you are the opposite of boring. You are the opposite of predictable. You are the opposite of everything they had talked themselves into accepting as the maximum available to them. You lit something up in them that they genuinely did not know was still there to be lit. And now that it is on there, is no going back to how things were before. Comment below and let me know, does this person's description resonate with someone in your life? Like, do you have someone around you who is well established, a little mysterious, kind of hard to read? Drop the emoji below if yes. I want to see how many of you are nodding right now. Now I want to add something here because Spirit keeps pressing on it, and I do not want to skip past it. This person believes in quality over quantity in a way that most people just talk about, but never actually live. They have had opportunities. They have had options. People have come their way over and over again, and every single time, they looked at what was in front of them and thought, no, not this. This is not it. And people around them did not always understand that. People told them they were too picky, that they were going to be alone forever, that they needed to lower their standards or be more flexible. And they never listened because they had this deep, quiet conviction that what they were holding out for was real and was coming and was worth the wait. And now you are here. And everything they refused to settle for suddenly makes complete sense because you are the reason they waited. You are what that instinct was pointing toward all along. Now I want to talk about something that keeps coming through about their values and what they are looking for, because it is very specific. This person has deep-rooted beliefs about family, loyalty, and relationships. They are old school in the best possible way. They believe in commitment. They believe in building something that lasts. They believe in being with one person fully, completely, without any wandering or hedging or keeping their options open. When they are with someone, they are with that person. Period. No exceptions. They also have very specific ideas about what a partnership looks like. They are traditional in their energy. They want to provide. They want to protect. They want to build a home and a family with someone who is equally invested in that vision. They see a future with you that involves all of it. Not just the excitement of the beginning, but the whole thing, the long term, the family, the shared life. They have already played it out in their mind, and every version of it involves you. Something that is really standing out to me here is this card that came out, never thought of settling down until I met you. And this is coming directly from them. This person had genuinely closed the door on this idea. After everything they had been through, after the person who took advantage of them, after the seasons of loneliness that came with their high standards. They had quietly made peace with the idea that maybe deep partnership was just not in the cards for them. They had their life. It was good. It was enough. And then you entered the picture, and that whole carefully constructed piece got dismantled almost immediately. Because you are not like the people they have encountered before. You are not impressed by what they have. You are not adjusting yourself to become what they might want. You are not performing or positioning or angling for anything. You are just yourself. Completely, fully, unapologetically yourself. And that is the most attractive thing they have ever experienced. Because everyone else has come to them with some kind of agenda, and you just do not. You move like someone who already has everything they need. And to someone this discerning, that energy is absolutely irresistible. They want to introduce you to their family. That card came out clearly, and I want to make sure you hear it. This is not a casual feeling. This is not a see where it goes type of energy. They have already thought about the bigger picture. They have already considered what it looks like to have you in their life in a permanent way. The word marriage is not far from their thoughts when they think about you. Neither is the word family. They are looking at you and they are seeing their future. And they are not the type of person to feel that and do nothing about it forever. I also want to talk about the jealousy, because oh my gosh, it is so present in this reading. This person gets in their feelings when other people show you attention, like visibly bothered. Not in an aggressive or controlling way, just in this very deeply human way of someone who has already emotionally claimed something before they have officially done so. When they see someone flirting with you, or when they notice other people looking at you the way they look at you, something fires up inside them that they are not fully in control of. They already feel like you belong to them. They already feel entitled to you. And again, I want to clarify. Not in a toxic, possessive way, but in the way that someone feels when they have already fully decided and committed in their own heart, and they are just waiting to make it official in reality. They look down on people who pursue you casually. They have this very clear sense of most of these people are not on your level, and they know it, and they are annoyed by it. Because they can see what you are. They can see your value. And watching people approach you without that same recognition is genuinely irritating to them. They know they are one of the few people who actually gets it. Something Spirit showed me that I think is so beautiful, and I want to make sure I give it the space it deserves. This person looks at you and sees their mirror. There is a similarity between you two on a very deep level. The tenacity, the loyalty, the absolute zero tolerance for betrayal or dishonesty. The way you both move through the world with this quiet confidence that does not need to announce itself. The dual nature, the warmth on one side and the fire on the other. The way you can be incredibly sweet and incredibly cutthroat within the same breath, depending on what the moment calls for. They recognize themselves in you. And that recognition is what made this crossover from attraction into something that feels spiritual to them. And speaking of that duality, I want to spend a moment here, because this is so specific to your energy, and it is one of the biggest reasons this person is absolutely hooked. You have two sides that most people do not even realize exist in the same person until they have spent real time with you. On one side, you have this warmth, this genuinely sweet, caring, magnetic energy that makes people feel drawn to you and comfortable around you. The kind of energy that makes people want to open up, want to be near you, want to earn your attention. And on the other side there is this fierce, do not play with me, I will not hesitate energy that comes out when the situation calls for it. And it is controlled. It is not chaotic or impulsive, it is precise, which makes it even more powerful. You do not pop off for no reason. But when you do, people remember it. And this person has seen glimpses of that second side. Maybe they witnessed you handling something or someone. Maybe they caught a moment where you said something with this calm, absolute certainty that made very clear you were not to be tested. And instead of that scaring them away, it made them want you even more. Because they are the same way. and they have never met someone else who carries both of those things the way you do. This is also why they believe you are their twin flame. That word came up in the cards, and I want to say it clearly. This person has a sense, a very strong intuitive sense, that you are connected to them on a soul level, that this is not just a regular earthly attraction, but something that goes deeper than that, something karmic, something that was written before either of you made any conscious choices about it. And whether or not that framework resonates with you personally, what matters is that this person feels it. They feel it so strongly that it has reorganized something inside them. It has made them look at their life before you and see a gap they did not even fully know was there. Drop another comment below, type twin flame, if this is resonating and you feel like there is someone in your life that has this kind of soul recognition energy with you. I want to see these comments. This is my favorite kind of energy to read, and I know you guys are going to have things to say. They believe you are fated. That word keeps coming up for me, fated. They have this intuitive sense, even if they cannot fully explain it logically, that encountering you was not an accident, that there was a reason your paths crossed, that something in the universe arranged this meeting specifically. And the more time passes, the stronger that feeling gets for them. They are not letting this go. They are not going to talk themselves out of it. They are going to pursue you when they feel like the moment is right, and they are already preparing for that moment. And I want to say something directly to those of you who have been disappointed before, who have had people come into your life and make you feel like they were it, like this was finally the real thing, and then it fell apart, who have been through enough disappointment that you have started to build a quiet wall around the hopeful part of you just so it cannot get knocked down again. I see you in this reading. Spirit sees you. And what I am being shown for you specifically is that this situation is not a repeat of those ones. This is not another version of something that already hurt you. The reason those things did not work is sitting right here in this reading. You are not meant for people who cannot match your frequency. You never were. And every person who fell short was just the universe redirecting you towards something that could actually hold the weight of who you are. This person can hold that weight. More than that, they are drawn to it. They are not intimidated by your depth or your standards or your fire. They are electrified by it. And that difference, that specific difference, is everything. The cards showed me this sequence. They will ask for your number. You will start talking. The dates are going to be incredible, like genuinely. The kind of dates that you think about long after they are over. And then they are going to make it official. They are going to ask you to be theirs. And they are going to do it in a way that feels intentional and special. Because everything they do when it comes to you is going to be intentional. This is not someone who is going to be careless with you. They know what they have when they have it, and they treat things accordingly. They are also watching your social media, keeping tabs on who comments, who reaches out, who is in your orbit. Not in a weird way, in the way that someone who is not ready to step forward, yet still wants to stay close to you in whatever way is available to them. They are out there right now, consuming whatever version of you is publicly accessible, and wanting so badly to access so much more. Now let me give you the final oracle messages, because Spirit has been pressing in on these, and I do not want to close this reading without delivering them. First message: your personality is fascinating, and they want to marry you. Full stop. Not eventually. Not one day maybe. They want to marry you. They have thought about this. The card came out clear, and I am not going to soften it, because you deserve to hear it directly. Second message: I want us to be permanent. Again, this is coming from them. This is not wishful thinking from Spirit on your behalf. This is what is actually sitting in this person's heart right now. They want permanence with you. They want the kind of relationship that does not have an expiration date. And they believe that with you, that is possible in a way that it has not felt possible with anyone else. Third message: you wear a very heavy crown, and people can tell. There is a recognition around you right now from this person, from multiple people honestly, of just how much you carry and how gracefully you carry it. You have been through things that most people do not know about. You have handled pressure that most people would have collapsed under. And you have done it without making a whole production of it, without needing everyone to know, without using your struggles as a reason to stop showing up. And that quiet strength is one of the most remarkable things about you. This person sees it. Completely, fourth message never thought of settling down until you. I keep coming back to this one because it is so significant for this collective. So many of you have been in your head wondering if the right person is actually out there or if everyone you encounter is just going to be another disappointment. And Spirit is saying stop. This one is different. This one shook someone out of a life they had resigned themselves to. This one made someone who had given up on the idea of real love remember that it was possible. You did that just by being yourself. Fifth and final message, get ready for communication. The universe is preparing you for this. Get ready. Something is shifting in the timing, and this person is moving closer to stepping forward. Whatever has been keeping them in that place of watching and waiting and preparing something is going to break it open. A moment is coming where the distance becomes untenable for them, where they decide that the risk of saying something is less scary than the risk of not saying it and losing the chance. And when that moment comes, it is going to be the beginning of something you will not want to come back from. You are entering your winning season. Full stop. The relationships that did not work out were not failures, they were redirections. They were the universe clearing space for someone who is actually calibrated to your frequency, someone who matches your loyalty, your depth, your standards, your fire. You were never meant for average. And that is exactly why average kept falling away. This person God sent, fated, already yours in their heart is coming. Stay ready. Stay yourself. Do not change a single thing. And one last thing before I get to the final messages, this person is watching your social media right now. They might not be commenting, they might not be liking everything, but they are there. They are consuming every piece of publicly available you that exists and wishing they had access to more. They are probably one of the quietest people in your online space and the most attentive one at the same time. And at some point, that silence is going to break. At some point, watching from a distance is going to stop being enough for them. And when they finally reach out or step forward in the physical world, it is going to feel like a moment that was building for a long time. Because it was. Okay, before I go, please like this video if this reading resonated with you. It helps so much in getting these messages to the people who need them. Drop a comment below and tell me what hit you hardest today. Was it the description of this person? The jealousy energy? The fated connection? The marriage messages? The twin flame confirmation? Talk to me down there. I read everything and I genuinely love hearing from you guys. This community is everything to me, and the comments are where I feel the closest to all of you, so please do not be shy. And if someone in your life came to mind during this reading, share this video with them. You might be delivering a message they needed to hear today. And please click the link below to come over to my channel, subscribe, turn on notifications, and let us keep going together over there. New readings going up regularly, and I want you there for all of it. I will see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves. You are so much more of a catch than you know.